In 1974, a woman's body was found underneath the Ober tramway in Gatlinburg. To this day, she's never been identified, but the passage of time isn't stopping the search for her name. The National Missing and Unidentified Persons Database believes a powerful science could help find where she came from and ultimately solve the mystery of who she is. WBIR 10 News reporter Leslie Ackerson takes us to Washington, D.C.
It's almost invisible to the eye.
So what we're looking at is a piece of a femur.
But this teensy bone fragment can provide a wealth of information.
We can reconstruct what these people were eating. We can also reconstruct where they may have been from.
This minuscule piece of material is helping scientists learn where in the world someone lived and their diet. It all starts at the Smithsonian Conservation Institute in Washington, D.C.
We are sitting in the Stable Isotope Mass Spectrometry Laboratory.
And the research done inside is just as impressive as the name. It's called stable isotope analysis.
So we have used this, say, in Civil War burial sites to try to determine where these soldiers were actually from. It is regional. We cannot pinpoint you to a town or a city, but we can pinpoint to, say, the New England area or the Great Lakes region.
First, Dr. Christine France takes archaeological remains and breaks them down to their purest form.
And we will take this bone and we will slice it up, if we have the whole bone, into what we call bone cookies. We only need a chunk of bone about this big or even smaller to actually get all the analyses we need. We will turn some of it into a powder.
From there, specialized equipment tests the isotopes.
The more meat you eat, the more your isotopes differ from a strict herbivore, let's say, or a vegetarian.
It's not only aiding in historical research, but impacting a different venture, forensics.
So I started to be approached by some law enforcement units asking if I could do this for some of their unidentified individuals.
Every year, France and her team take on a small handful of cases pro bono, using their skills to help find a name for Jane and John Does.
It's all well and good to have a face and DNA, but if you're not searching the right database or talking to the right people, you're not going to make that connection. So sometimes we can steer them into the right area.
This technology could aid in solving a 1974 Gatlinburg case where an unidentified woman was found underneath the Ober tramway.
It is our hope that when there is missing information, maybe we can provide just one more clue to help them put that puzzle together.
From mammoths to men, this chemistry is breaking boundaries in science and showing that no matter how small, these bones have a story to tell. In Maryland, Leslie Ackerson, 10 News.
Just fascinating. The Gatlinburg Jane Doe's remains have not been approved for the project yet, but NAMAs believe she would be an ideal candidate since she was found in a tourism-heavy area. Finding her origin could lead them to a new step in the case. Dr. Francis worked on several cases in Tennessee.